Good morning, Philippines. It's Thursday, August 8, 2013. Welcome to Practical Business Now on its fifth season. On the show today, Joel Villanueva and Aldwyn Santos of FUNtastic Philippines, a tourism advocacy group. Also with us is Isay, Roque, and Sid Frahinal of Kodanda Archery Range. We also have Rosanto, Labayog, president of Clark Eagle Shooting Range in Pampanga. Let's talk about point-and-shoot hobbies and the many business opportunities attached to them. I'm your host, Miguel Hill. They say we all need hobbies, and the kind of hobby that we choose for ourselves should take us out of our comfort zones. And we noticed that a lot of a lot of our viewers have been sending us texts and emails, and even by way of the social networking sites. The reactions have been particularly interesting, and when we talk about hobbies and businesses that are attached to hobbies. So this episode is going to be dedicated to not only to some very interesting hobbies, particularly the point-and-shoot hobbies, but businesses that can arise or enterprises that can arise from such hobbies. We have two gentlemen here from the photography industry, not the professional photography industry, but amateur photographers who are doing their bit to promote the Philippines to the rest of the world. We have Joel Villanueva and Aldwyn Santos. Good morning and welcome to Practical Business.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, you are members or are you founders of FUNtastic Philippines, which is supposed to be a tourism advocacy group or organization. So Joel, tell us something about this. What is FUNtastic Philippines?
Actually, FUNtastic Philippines is a Facebook group which was formed last September 2012.
Fairly new.
Yeah. With the advocacy to showcase Philippine tourism through photographs, blogs, videos. And we have been doing this since September. It was formed, it was created by a group which came from another Facebook group.
Okay, so this is something that was given birth in cyberspace.
Yes.
This is the Facebook circle, basically.
Yes.
Okay, but you are all photographers. Most of you are amateur.
Most of us are
You
amateurs.
have your day jobs, in other words.
Yes, we do have our day jobs. We have professional photographers as members also.
But I heard you had 70,000 members.
As of now, yes, more than 70,000. From the time we started in September up to the present.
That's very fast. So you guys do not meet physically. I mean, you just meet and talk by way of the internet.
Yes,
Facebook.
we do.
Okay, so why did you guys establish this organization? Is this your brainchild?
A group of us dealing with photography and who loves tourism came up with this. So there is really a corporation which was formed, a non-profit corporation which was formed last July 2012 also.
So you are an Securities and Exchange Commission
we're
registered.
registered with SEC.
So non-profit.
Non-profit. Okay. And then we decided to come up with a Facebook group, an open group.
So you have a lot of Facebook groups. I mean, some into sports, some into fashion, some into cars or
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
But why tourism? What inspired you?
Yeah,
Is
because of
this
the hobby.
patriotic fervor?
Yes, part of it, yes. And since our hobby is photography, no, we could show our work to this thing.
Okay. So Aldwyn, what places in the Philippines have you visited?
We've been to several places. For instance, last week we were in Pampanga, and we toured around the Pampanga shooting churches, the dam, Dadong Dam. We've been to Lukban, Quezon, Magdalena, Laguna, Pila.
I'm looking at the pictures of your group. I think you are a fairly large group even in this country. I mean, a lot when you guys go out, several dozens of you.
Around 50 usually.
Okay.
So, but we carpool, and then share the expenses, share the transportation costs.
Okay, your group by its very nature is non-profit, but obviously you help the livelihood of a lot of small businesses in the provinces, especially those who are into, I guess, hotels, no?
Hotels, yes.
Hotels, motels, inns,
Restaurants.
And hopefully,
resorts.
if the tourist comes, then it will generate a lot of business for all these people.
So are you touching base even in a informal manner with the Department of Tourism?
Usually when we go to a place, we get in touch with the local tourism officer and let them know that we are going to be there. And in fact, he recommends places we should visit.
So you have to talk to the tourism officer?
Yes, we do talk to them.
So what do you derive? What can you get out of this? Is this just fun for you? Or down the line, do you want to make it a business of sorts? A livelihood, alternative livelihood, or whatever?
Basically just love of country, basically. But, it's all of us are hobbyists, photographer, camera enthusiasts. So we just use our hobby to help our country.
Okay. Joel, what kind of camera do you guys use?
I use an underwater point and shoot.
Underwater.
I use a Nikon DSLR. I even use my own cell phone camera to shoot.
Because the mark of a good photographer is if you can get a good picture with a rudimentary piece of equipment. So, what pictures have you taken that you are particularly proud of?
My underwater pictures?
You're a scuba diver.
No, basically snorkeling.
Snorkeling, okay. All right. Anyway, we have a text question here that I'd like to read. Because we posted our guestings early, so someone, I don't know if this was texted in or by way of Facebook, but if I'm a beginner in photography, what should I first consider as the type of camera lens? Okay, would either of you want to answer that?
If you're really a beginner, don't spend too much money on any camera. You can use your cell phone, for instance. Photography really is using your eyes.
And with regards to lens, I think the simple kit lens which comes with the camera would do.
Okay, so you don't have to spend tens of thousands of pesos
No.
on your
No,
gear.
you don't.
Once you're already kind of well known with the photography, then you can start buying the expensive equipment.
Let me ask you what provinces or what towns in certain provinces are particularly welcoming to people like yours, and what towns do you think have in place mechanisms really to promote their tourism?
Like last January, we were in Iloilo for the Dinagyang Festival.
So you guys really spend a lot of money on your
Yes.
trips.
Yeah. Now, we went through so many places in Iloilo. The government, as you know, spends a lot for the local government of Iloilo
Yes.
spends a lot for that Dinagyang Festival. And there were so many guests, and I think it ran for a week, the festival itself. And there are so many tourists. The hotels were fully booked
In Iloilo.
in Iloilo. The restaurants were almost filled up. and there were so many, what do you call this? The ones in the streets, the eatery in the streets during the nighttime.
Okay, so what towns or provinces in the Philippines do not have an established mechanism for promoting tourism but ought to? Meaning to say, the diamonds in the rough.
Taal, for instance, the town of Taal. It's actually a nice place, but they don't advertise themselves. They don't.
So they have to
promote
advertise.
themselves. Yes.
There's another one, Minalungaw,
Minalungaw is
in
another
Nueva
one.
Ecija, General Tino. It's really a very nice national park and should be developed, like the roads going to the town, markers.
Would you consider going to places in Mindanao, like say the ARMM areas, those that are not as safe? I mean, do you have some brave souls there who might want to venture way out there? That's a fair question.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have members which went recently to Surigao, no, plus some other places. We have members there. The thing is, for security reasons, we really have to first inform the local governments.
So you have to coordinate.
Yeah, we have to coordinate.
Okay, how important is this hobby for you? I mean, you guys are professionals. You do something else. You have your day jobs, but you got into a hobby, which I guess a lot of therapists nowadays are recommending that people get into hobbies because it helps you relax. It makes you more productive during your day job. It minimizes stress, and I guess it staves off the nervous breakdown and stuff that some professionals go through at some point during their midlife crisis or whatever.
Yeah. You have said it. It minimizes stress, really. For me, for Aldwyn.
Life is about compromises, and there's only one thing that I don't compromise, and that is my hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, my hobby is just the one vehicle where I don't have to compromise with anybody.
You've been doing photography for a long time.
No,
Fairly recent.
1.5 years maybe.
But this is, so you came in as the digital age of
Yes,
photography
yes.
was already firmly underway. You know, I got interested in photography around 20 years ago. Everyone was still using the film. I learned to shoot a little bit with a black and white. It was an interesting thing, but it was hard for a younger guy to sustain because of the expense. Now, anyone with a good cell phone can get 5 megapixels, 10 megapixels pictures, which is more than people with rudimentary equipment 20 years ago could hope for. Anyway, on this note, I will let you guys invite them to perhaps to join your group, how to get in touch with you, and why should they take part in We Are FUNtastic Philippines. Joel.
Okay. So, for you to join We Are FUNtastic Philippines, you must first have a Facebook account.
Okay.
Okay. Once you get into Facebook, there will be a search box there. You just search for the group's name, We Are FUNtastic Philippines. FUNtastic is spelled F-U-N.
Okay.
Okay? And it will take you to the fan page. And once you get to the fan page, below the cover banner, you'll see the link for the group. You can easily join.
Okay. Briefly, your
I'd like to ask you to help us help our country by joining our group, inviting your friends, and sharing your nice photos.
Okay. We are coming to you via delayed broadcast, but if you're interested in today's discussions, you can text your questions to mobile phone number 0915-209-6012 or reach us through Practical Business TV on Facebook, and we'll gladly forward your questions to our guests. Practical Business will be right back after a few reminders. Don't go away.